Good morning, students of class 11. It is the fourth video of the chapter Birth for class 11 English, in which I will tell you all about the question answers that are probable based on NCERT as well as some other additional questions that you will learn. Question answer. It is question number 1. I have done something. Oh God. I have done something real at last. Why does Andy say this? What does it mean? Here the young Dr. Andrew Manson had done a commendable work. His exclamations is justified. He had not only helped the middle-aged lady in the safe delivery of a male child, but also restored them to perfect health. Here, Susan Morgan, a strength was ebbing after the delivery. She was almost pulseless, and you gave her an injection and worked severely to strengthen her heart. The major achievement of Andrew was to resuscitate the stillborn child. First, he laid the child off a blanket and began the special method of respiration. Then tried the hot and cold water treatment, dipping the baby alternately. He labored in vain for half an hour. He then made another last effort. He rubbed the child with a rough towel. He went on pressing and raising the baby's little chest with both his hands, and at last the baby responded. His chest heaved. Andrew responded, his chest heaved. He redoubled his efforts. The child was gasping now. A bubble of mucus came from his tiny nostril. The pale skin turned pink. His limbs became hard. Then came the child's cry, and he called upon God as witness of his act, which was no less than a miracle. It was not mere theoretical talk, but a practical achievement, something real and solid. So now I will tell you about question number 2 that is written. There lies a great difference between textbook medicine and the world of a practicing physician that you have to discuss. Normally, the medicines prescribed in the textbooks are used by the practicing physicians. However, in extreme cases of emergency, the physician's experience, resourcefulness, and practical approach become far more important than the theoretical knowledge. For example, a victim of burn, injury, a snake bite, or suffocation through drowning needs immediate help. The nearest available doctor may not have all the facilities needed for the case. In such a situation, first aid is a must to save the patient's life before rushing him to the hospital for proper care. With limited resources at his command, the practicing physician experiences all his practical experience to control the damage to the minimum and check the victim's state from further deterioration. A stitch in time does save 9 in such cases. The practical help comes as a boon. Question number 3. Do you know of any incident when someone has been brought back to life from the brink of death through medical help? Discuss medical procedures such as organ transplant and organ regeneration that are used to save human life. Here answer you can say, yes, I have seen and heard of instances where people have been brought back to life from the brink of death, though through medical help. Surgical operations life-saving drugs and organ transplant play a leading role in modern medical science. Leading hospitals in advanced countries have facilities for medical procedures such as organ transplant and organ regeneration. Blood bank and eye bank are quite common. Nowadays, people willingly donate various organs of their body to the hospitals after their death. The techniques of organ regeneration help to preserve them for a certain period and use them for transplanting the defective organ of another patient. Nowadays, eye, heart, kidney, and liver are being transplanted. The time is not far off when artificial human organs will be made in laboratories from non-human resources. Now I would like to discuss some of the short answer type questions that you will know. Who was Joe Morgan? Why had he been waiting for Dr. Andrew Manson? That you know. Joe Morgan was a driller in Blanley and a mining town. He was a big, strong and heavy middle-aged person. Joe and his wife Susan, who had been married nearly 20 years, were expecting their first child. Joe was waiting for the doctor to help Susan in the delivery of the child. Question number 2. Where did Joe lead Andrew? Why did he not go in with the doctor? Joe Morgan led Andrew to his house. 12. Blenna Terrace. His wife was about to deliver her first child after being married for nearly 20 years. Joe was quite tensed. He refused to go inside the house. Even his voice showed signs of extreme tension. Here, third question is this. Don't fret, mother, I will run away. Why do you think Andrew says so? Mrs. Morgan's mother offered to make a cup of tea for the doctor. The experienced woman had realized that there must be a period of waiting. She was afraid that the doctor would leave the case, saying that he would return later. Means she was not expecting that the doctor would stay because the case was critical. It was night and he would take some time to stay for there. Next question. 4 number. Why did Andrew decide to remain there until everything was over? Andrew had reached Brian Gower at about midnight. He was very worried and upset. He needed some rest and sleep. He knew that he could not sleep even for an hour if he went home. Secondly, he knew that the case would demand all his attention. He felt lethargic and decided to remain there until everything was over. Means he wanted a safe delivery of the women whose husband had been waiting for him in such great tension. Question number 5. I tell you, what had Andrew been thinking about? How would you like to describe the state of his thoughts? Andrew had been thinking about the unsuccessful married lives of some persons that he knew. Bramwell was foolishly devoted to a woman who deceived him immorally. Edward Pace was bound to quarrelsome Blodwen. Denny was living unhappily apart from his wife. These are the examples that he knew. His thoughts were muddled. Now question number 6 that you will know. It is its answer also here. What was Andrew's view of marriage? Why was he resentful and confused? For Andrew, marriage was a peaceful and beautiful state that he dreamed. He loved Kristen. The conflict between his steady mind and overflowing heart left him resentful and confused. Question number 7 that you will know. Why did Andrew feel surprised while sitting by kitchen fire? Andrew had been thinking about his beloved Kristen. As he sat by the kitchen fire, he sat still and sadly for a long time. When the old woman sitting opposite him suddenly addressed him, Andrew felt surprised. Really, these are the moments of surprise when one dreams. So here there are so many questions that can be arisen, and I hope that you will understand everything so clearly, so nicely. So read the lesson, watch the videos, all the videos that will give you a better knowledge of this lesson. Thank you, children. Thank you.